I like the fact though that like, dude, a Herald is dewarding the big camp. Usually I have immortal players sometimes in my coaching sessions, and they're not even doing this. So just think about it. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the next video. As you can see, this time we are watching Heralds, and we're just gonna look into like a deeper section, how they are playing, what they're doing, and what is my opinion about it. Do not expect anything crazy in this game, and I'm also not expecting anything crazy, so we're just enjoying it, we're going with the vibe, and we will see what happened. Just a small information for the future. I like these kind of formats with these videos, so I'm gonna do like a question round every single time I need a replay or something in the Discord. And if you guys want, and if you have the specific rank I'm looking for, feel free to always like post your in-game IDs there, and maybe you're lucky and I'm gonna watch your game and maybe even your position a little bit. So make sure to join the Discord, the link is in the description. Thank you. Alright, let's get into the game. First of all, we are watching the drafts. The drafts are like super random. That basically means, in my opinion, both teams can actually win, but I prefer the Dire draft. First of all, they have some stunts, they have some catch, and overall they have like maybe stronger lanes, but it depends how they're playing. Like the Radiant side has also like very strong lanes, but the difference is just like overall in the mid game, I can just see the Dire draft accomplishing way more than the Radiant draft in these scenarios. But let's see. Level 1, they're just like going through the runes. They're probably like thinking about like first blood. A lot of like I've just noticed this in my like coaching sessions. A lot of lower MMR games are like very focusing on kills. That basically means nobody cares about anything besides killing somebody. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure where these habits are like coming from, but in my opinion, it is wrong. It can be good and it can be like very fun to like kill people and like maybe win the game and all the shit, yes. But like overall, your objective is the enemy ancient and the towers basically, and rush, and like areas to farm and fight and do whatever you want. So if you chase kills, I can tell you one thing, it's just like a small information and like a small like tip maybe for your future in your games. If you are Herald, if you are like Ancient, whatever rank you are, remember one thing. If you want a lot of success, you need to make sure you pick heroes where you can solo win team fights. And the reason behind it is basically because like everything below like 6 to 7k MMR, like a lot of focus is on kills and team fights. Like you can farm literally 50 minutes AFK, nobody's gonna like bother you. And then like 2 or 3 team fights are like coming in and the game is over. That's usually what happens. And if you have like an Enigma, an Earthshaker, Earth Spirit, Pangolier, any hero that has like insane team fight and that can solo win team fights, you will have such an like just such an easier time to win the game and win the fights. That's what what was my strategy back in the day. I played Invoker, I played Pangolier, Earth Spirit, Earthshaker, and I was just like solo winning the team fights, and I was like trying to do everything I can to like get the best position possible in any team fight and just win it by myself. That's just like a small information for you. So, back into the game. So first of all, I just want to like check the item build a little bit. Undying has a quelling blade for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe he has an idea behind it with like cutting trees and placing wards. Patch has a wind lace for some reason. I think he's a core, so that's like kind of sus. Ricky has a sentry and tangles, no odd item. Weaver has like core items, so I think Ricky is +5, Weaver is +1, and Dawnbreaker also has core items. It basically means, in my opinion, probably Patch is actually mid. I was thinking about like maybe it's Undying middle. I can be Undying middle too, actually, with the quelling blade, so yeah. We will see what's gonna happen. Quap, very sus build, but I still like it. Bane has an interesting build too. Shaker has a classic call build. Spectre has a classic call build, besides the fact that she has way too much regen. And Mirana has a Chad build. I like that. No regen, just full damage. Alright, they're fighting on the rune, which is like very uncommon. Like your Weaver, for example, is just like literally sitting in front of 3 people and just showing at them. And he's like just man fighting them for some reason. But they have an Undying, so they should have the advantage if he's placing his tomb. Sadly, he's not doing it. That basically means he's like looking for a better position. I'm not sure. He could have just like placed it on the high ground and they would have already killed somebody. The problem is now he placed it on low ground. That basically means this tomb is kind of useless. They still get a kill probably if they're lucky. But it was very, very random. But at the end they got the kill, so they're happy. Which I think they're like very proud of. So let's see. Alright, it is a Patch middle and a Spectre middle. But I think like the Spectre wants to die. Like I can see it, but now the problem is Spectre needs to run base, and he's like very sad. Yeah, Spectre running base. Patch is against a Quap. Like we were just watching a little bit what the Patch does. I like that. Like no joke, I like this. The fact that he's trying to hook, instead of like sitting in a creep wave and getting hit by the Quap with like dagger, is actually very good. Like he's applying pressure, and he's trying to like do something. He's even denying. So I'm not even sure if this guy is Herald actually, because usually Heralds are not denying and they're not looking at anything else. besides themselves, and like I don't know what they're doing. So this guy can be a Smurf, which is I'm not sure if this is the case. Like this is a normal rank for an account, but he's at least denying, which is like quite impressive. Even the Quap is denying. What is going on? Like, okay, Quap is a Smurf, but still, like that's the thing with Herald. Like whenever I watch Herald games, or like I see some people with Herald rank, you never know. Are they just having fun at the game and like trolling or whatever they do? Or are they actually like on a Smurf? But usually you can't even have a Smurf anymore because you're getting auto banned if you have more than one account right now. Most of the time. Not always, but like if you make it obvious, Valve will actually ban you and get you out of the game, or like ban you on multiple accounts, and your only main account will be alive at some point. Maybe they're not doing it like instantly, but like usually they do it after a few weeks or months. So yeah. It's like very unlikely that these guys are like super Smurfs, so like super high rank. Maybe they're like, I don't know, ancient or like guardian or legend or whatever, but like they're definitely not like very high rank. I can see it by the gameplay. Just like the gameplay, how they're playing the game, how they're like acting, how they're moving, and what they're doing. Because for example, the Pudge could have easily chased down the Quap. Quap had no boots, and Pudge could have just like literally chased him down if you just watch this. He hit him, he hooked him, and now ran him down, and he's dead. So this is like one indicator where you can see the Pudge is not very good. Maybe he denies, maybe he tries something new, but like overall his like understanding of the game is not high. And that's how you see if people are good at the game or bad at the game. So I can definitely agree that Quap and Pudge are definitely like either lower, like very low MMR, or they're like very like they're definitely like Heralds. One of these 2 points. But like overall, I like the fact how they're playing. Now we're going to top lane and watch this a little bit, because I think this mid lane is boring. So the Dawnbreaker is just like chilling here because he's alone, nobody's on his lane. Because enemies are just too late. Let's see what's gonna happen here. He's denying. He has 2 denies. He missed a CS sadly, which is okay. This is like very interesting. The Spectre is chasing down the enemy +4 to harass him, and he's letting the Dawnbreaker farm. That basically means he has the wrong priorities, because he's the +1, and he literally needs to focus on his creeps and do nothing else in the game right now. He can focus on kills whenever he has the possibility to kill somebody. And a level 1 Spectre definitely does not kill an Undying. There's no shots. Maybe if the Undying is like 10% HP, but that's it. That's an interesting sleep and interesting tombstone, which I like though. Like it's good TMS. Thankfully, they're not over chasing on Dawnbreaker Undying. That basically means they understand, yo, if we go there, we will die. Which they're like respecting. So they're just chilling here and waiting. I like the fact that they're dewarding this, and it's kind of weird that he placed a ward on the Bane, which can happen. Maybe he misclicked, I don't know. I like the fact though that Undying, like, dude, a Herald is dewarding the big camp. Usually I have immortal players sometimes in my coaching sessions, and they're not even doing this. So just think about it. But there you can see the point where like Undying is just a Herald, because he placed a sentry, he showed the Undying that he dewarded, and then he's placing a ward at the same spot. That basically means Bane and Undying did the same mistake, which is pretty funny, and I like it. That's pretty funny. I like it. But like overall, like they're doing fine. Like no joke, if I think about Heralds, I'm thinking like, yo, do they even know how to use their mouse or something? But no, like in reality, it's not like that. Usually, everyone in this game can actually play Dota. It's just like a different game understanding, a different skill cap, and that's basically like it. Like, and like maybe different experience status. Because a lot of high MMR players are usually having a lot of experience in the game. If Undying is pulling this now, I like it. Ah, Sedge. I really thought he's gonna pull, because this could have been a very good pull. He would have forced the enemy to like go into him, so he can fight with Tombstone. Plus, he could have interrupted this here. Like either Dawnbreaker or the Undying should have pulled. The best case scenario would have been the Dawnbreaker actually pulled here, like with his W. Let's go rewatch it a little bit. So Dawnbreaker just uses W in the creeps, and the Undying is running over there, so he can block the stack, because Bane is definitely stacking here. Yeah, he is. Which is also surprising. Like he's stacking on a Herald game. I like that. Like Heralds are usually like very fun to watch, but I still respect them actually. Because sometimes they're so dedicated and they're focusing literally on one thing their entire life in Dota 2, which makes them a little bit special. Like they can be special because they usually like do stuff that you are never thinking about. And I like this. Like I'm not sure if somebody's like doing it, but I can imagine a lot of people getting some ideas from Herald players. Because I remember there's like one Herald player, he has like, I don't know, 50k games or something. And he's like literally spamming like 3 heroes for his entire life. Which is respectable, dude. Sadly, he's not grinding MMR, but maybe he doesn't even want to. So, you never know. Okay, Undying is placing a tomb to farm. Or actually, he wants to apply pressure. I like it though, I like it. They're applying pressure. They kill the Spectre too, damn. Damn, okay, okay. That was crazy, I like it though, I like it. I mean, overall, they're doing fine. Sadly, they're not abusing the neutral camps at all on the Radiant side. The Dire side pulled like once 2 creeps, which is very impressive. I did not expect this. But sadly, the Undying like never used it. But like overall, how they're staying on the lane, how they're like using their spells, is like kind of fine. The enemies are getting like, for some reason, kind of baited by them, but like, at the end, it works. Easy clap. Alright, now we are going to watch the safe lane. Or like, the other lane, whatever you want to call it. I just want to see what they're doing. So the Weaver build is kind of sus. I don't like it, but it's respectable, let's say. Because usually a stick is way better than a Wraith Painted early, because the Shaker and the Mirana, they're gonna spam spells. And he's gonna struggle a little bit with his mana sustain at some point maybe. But let's see, let's see. So the Undying is like showing for a quick second. Maybe he wants to harass a little bit. And then he's gonna probably leave. I like the fact that he's tanking some hits. I'm not sure if he's doing this on purpose, or if he was just AFK. Okay, now he's TPing. That basically means it's Weaver, Ricky, which is kind of random, against Shaker, Mirana. Which is like a kind of okay lane. It's not the best, but not the worst as well. I like how they're applying pressure instantly though. It's very like questionable, but but overall I like the attempt, but I do not like this overchase. For example, I'm gonna show you guys. So they have more creeps. That basically means they can play aggro if they want to, which they do. I like that. So they chase a little bit. They hit. They hit. So one more hit. That's it. If they go back right now, I like this play. But sadly they overchase, because also the other wave is coming here. So that basically means that Ricky's gonna be trapped. He also has no mana. He has like 1 more W, but the Weaver has no W as well. So that basically means the Weaver cannot chase and cannot help him. Even if the Weaver is like running on the Shaker is just running away. Because he has like 40 more movement speed. So I do not, like at the point where I just told you, I do not like it. Before that, I like it. They're getting harass out, they're getting like some damage out, and then they just back and wait until they have spells up again. And easy clap. And then it would have been like a very good play. But that's like the thing with low MMR games. People don't know how to like commit, people don't know how like when to go back, and people don't understand how to like apply pressure most of the time. Which is fine, like you're learning out of everything. I like the fact that he's trying to stack. He pulled 1 more creep. Sadly, he did not stack, but it's okay, he pulled 1 creep at least, that is okay. But it didn't really matter. Like this pull is kind of wasted because I don't even think these creeps will kill the range creep actually. And his wave is like here, so he lost like 3 or 2 creeps already from experience, which is not good. Instead, he should have tried to pull the big camp. Even though the enemies have a Mirana with an arrow, it doesn't really matter, at least he tried it. Which I like. Arrow, okay, applying pressure again. So, sadly, the Weaver is not using a Tango, which I do not like. He's taking a lot of time. Okay, well, he was looking for the Iron Branch, I see. That's fine. Like, the only thing I do not like on this Weaver is basically he's using his W to, like, play passive, basically. Like, usually, you want to use your W to play aggressive on enemies, or you want to secure creeps. But I feel like he's just using it for fun. And he's, like, he's not harassing the enemies. He's, like, usually not securing a creep. He's just, like, using it to, like, fake poke in and go back again. Sadly, the Weaver is not hitting the Shaker. Which is, like, could have been a kill, definitely. Also, the Weaver doesn't have, like, his passive activated. This is, like, a very sad point as well. Which is okay, though. Like, it's not the worst. Like, the thing is, he's not using it now. Because he's probably forgetting about it. And that's it. Like, that's basically it. He just forgot about it. But you can see, the Weaver has a different skill cap, in my opinion, than, like, the Undying, the Dawnbreaker, and the Pudge. It's just like completely different. And it doesn't even mean they are like a different MMR or Smurfs or whatever. Maybe it's just like they're having a bad day, having a good day. You never know. Just because somebody has a shit game, it doesn't mean they are playing like this every single game. Maybe the Weaver owned like the last 20 games. You never know. Probably not, because he's still a Herald, but like if he owned 20 games, he would have been higher ranked. Probably. But still. I respect it. So laning wise, I mean, all of them did okay. Only like the fact that he's not using his skills, he's not like harassing probably, like overall it's just like big major mistakes and you can't do much about it. Like I could like keep ranting about it, but like it's not even like in a mean way. It's just like you can see that he has no experience. You can see that he's like not playing like very well, and his skill cap is not very high. And overall, like you just see this is like a Herald, like definitely a Herald lane, which I respect though. But I could have done like definitely way better. But overall, for the fact that they are like the lowest rank of the entire game, I still like it how they played, which is okay. So, but now we are going to watch like when the game slips, like what is happening in this game. And I can tell you, because in my opinion, this game is going to be like, I think it's like 60 minutes, right? Minutes? Let's see? Yeah, the game is like more than an hour, and I can already tell you what's gonna happen. We're just skipping to the end a little bit. So you just literally see the enemies on dire side have no tier 3s, no middle racks, and the Radiant side is literally dead. That basically means at some point, this is the classic low MMR game. What is gonna happen, even in the high MMR games, like usually like between 7k to 9k, everything is gonna happen like this as well. Maybe not like in this fashion, but like the same situations will happen. So Bane died, enemy, your teammates are thinking like, yo guys, we killed the Bane, go, 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 go. No. Remember, if you kill enemies close to the base, they will have a buyback, they will click the buyback button, and they're gonna play 5 versus 10. So respect it. Enemies have buyback and they will TP back in, and they will fight you. So we just see what's gonna happen. They're taking the fight, they're killing the Quap, they're killing the Bane. Even though the Quap has no buyback, we can see it, but they can't. They still need to respect that. But the problem is they're over-chasing. And that's gonna be the problem, I can guarantee you. Because they can literally just stand here, take the Rex, and chill. But the Patch is blinking in. Getting harassed by the Spectre. Now they're over-chasing a little bit. Sure, they killed the Spectre, which is very good. But now they got echoed. Which is a problem, because they're over-chased. But they're still not dying. Which is good. But if you think about it now, 4 enemies dead. Sadly the Patch died. But they didn't got a single Rex. They didn't got a single building basically. Which is the problem. They're over-chasing too much, they're staying too much. They're not focusing on objectives. The only thing they're thinking about is kills. Which is the problem. They need to think about the objectives, and whenever somebody's like out of position, they can get a kill. So now they're getting the Rex, I like this. But now, they will definitely not go back. Because if you do this, and then you go back, and then you play for rush, or play to farm the entire map, or like farm the entire map so the enemies can't farm anymore, and you wait for rush, perfect. But I can guarantee you they're gonna stay, and they're gonna die when the enemies are respawning. Just watch. So they go for bottom, enemies have glyph, enemies are respawning. Undying dead. Weaver dead. Weaver buyback. Maybe mad, I'm not sure. But this is the problem. People are just like overstaying whenever they get like a Rex or like they get some kills and they see like, yo, enemies are dead for like 20 to 30 seconds. They're thinking like, yo, the game is over. I can go AFK or I can just like turn off my brain. But that's the problem. You can literally just go for rush. You can go for like farming the entire map and you can just like think about the next objective. You don't need to overstay on the high ground. There's no purpose on this. You don't get anything out of it and it will not help you in the game. It will do the different direction. It will actually lose you the game at some point, because if you feed more than like a few times, the enemies might have like or like get even better items or have better late game and they're gonna win the game. And this, what happened here, will happen over and over and over again. So if you're just watching at this, what happened a few seconds earlier here. So now the Spectre side, like the Dire side is doing it. Same situation here. 4 enemies are up. Undying almost respawning. Over chasing. Sure, they got a Mirana kill, which is impressive, but still. We're just watching a bottom. Blinked in. Over chased. Getting diving. Now it's like the classic, my buddy's getting gone on. I need to help him. They're not focusing on the Rex at all. And now they die. As you can see, this is like happening over and over and over again. If you, I can guarantee you, if you're skipping, if we're skipping 1 minute, so Weaver dead, enemy used 4 buybacks. They're trying to go back, but never mind, they actually stay. So they want to fight. 4 versus 5, which is the problem. Now Ricky dead. Shaker got like a weird echo. Shaker died though. So they're fighting 4v5 and they're still almost winning. But the problem is the enemies might still have one buyback on the Shaker. They used 4. I like the fact that they're like trying to fight, but like it's still risky. 4v5. Usually you lose this. Patch died, no buyback. Now Dawnbreaker died, no buyback. Actually, she has a buyback, but still. And just... guys, I'm gonna surprise you, okay? 30 seconds later, or like 1 minute later, the same is gonna happen on the Radiant side. Just watch. Let's skip. Tuck. Here we go again! This is like a classic, dude. That's why people are losing their games. And I can tell you, even if you like communicate with your teammates, most of the time this is gonna happen again. Over and over again. And this will happen in new games. I can guarantee you. But you need to be the person that says to your team, yo guys, we took a good fight, we got our eggs, can we just take the rush? And then we can dive like stupid idiots. But like at least get some advantage. Think about buybacks, think about rush, think about objectives, think about smokes, think about pickoffs, like anything that will give you a small advantage instead of like doing this. Because the same shit is gonna happen again. Radiant is gonna respawn, they're gonna catch him and they're gonna die. Just watch. So they're over chasing, Patch is almost up, that basically means they're gonna fight them. Let's see. Yeah, Ricky jumped in. He almost killed 2 people, Jesus. Spectre's over chasing. Shaker died because he fucked up. Now the Spectre is dying probably. Ricky died too. But Spectre died. So Ricky bought back. That basically means they're gonna do the same again. They're gonna run down base and they're gonna try to fight here. It's super easy to predict. Now they're buying back. Now they're over chasing too much. Now they're taking the fight. Squap has no buyback. Shaker has no damage. Ricky died though. And Undying died. Dawnbreaker has a buyback, but like nobody has a buyback anymore. Undying is mad, abandoned because the Weaver is not even there. So that's basically a communication problem, and I really hope you guys understand what I mean. There's like back and forth every single time. This is the hell. Trust me. Just tell your teammates, yo guys, let's think about objectives and just play for it. Let's take our advantages that we can get and focus on it. Stop this bullshit like running down middle, losing. Running down middle, maybe winning, losing. Running down middle, winning a team fight, overstaying, losing. Like, just stop this shit. It's not gonna work. And it will happen. Like, I can tell you, these kind of things are happening minimum to Divine. Maybe even like Immortal, like 7 to 8k MMR. This is gonna happen too. Like, even in my games, like when I play and I have like 10 to like 11k MMR average games, even here, this is happening. But in a different fashion. People understand what to do. People understand what moves to make, what calls to make, and all that shit. But the same situations are happening there, just like in a different style, in a different skill cap, and everybody like understands what to do. So yeah, I really hope this like video was like so entertaining for you and helped you maybe a little bit out, and I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, thanks for watching and bye bye, have a great day.